Hey, what's up, peeps? Today is Wednesday, the 22nd of March, and it's 6 days until I get up out of here and head back to the States. And as you can imagine, everything seems to be coming to a crusade. It's like a crossroads. Everything's converging all at the same time. Having car issues, have one project I'm finishing at the hotel, another project I'm starting over at a new location, undisclosed. And so it's been a little bit of a challenge, but we're working through it. The homie Cree's over here today. We're gonna get this stuff done. Creasy Vision in the crib.
Free range, baby.
Free range squad. Live and direct right here from Montezuma, Costa Rica. So the clima is good, and despite the amount of tasks that we got to get accomplished today, we're gonna make the most of it. Everything's always an adventure in Costa Rica. And Cree motorcycle is now totally functioning. My car has been helping us get around the peninsula for the last couple months, but now he's got wheels and now he's helping me, and that's just how things happen out here on the peninsula. So we're gonna try to see how the fuck to get all these materials over there, and then we're waiting for a delivery over at the new site. So without further ado, let's get it. See this part of our adventure. Let's make it crackin'. All right, just a quick little 2-kilometer trip from my house, and here we are on the property. So I do not own this property. This property is owned by a really good friend that I've met in my travels and along the way. And we've decided to engage in a fruitful business partnership here, which begins with this container. So this container is the realization of 2 years of manifestation since I came here to Costa Rica. And that list included starting a business in Costa Rica, buying property in Costa Rica, being able to learn a new language, and also grow my YouTube channel. So this is really checking a lot of these boxes, and as I prepare to mentally and physically move back to the United States, it gives me an opportunity to keep my heart right here in Costa Rica, thinking about the next stage of this plan. And with the community we built, like my homie Cree, Jenny, Erica, and all the people who are gonna come add their sweat equity to make this a beautiful place. This is just the beginning, y'all. We got a long way to go. A lot of potential on the horizon. So we can wait for this delivery to come and go put this stuff in this container. Woo!
It's a hot one.
You did that fast. I didn't even get to, the camera couldn't even turn on fast enough. Is there a good view up there? The montañas? Yeah, the view will be like over here through these trees, so those branches are on the other side of the property actually. Today is the first official delivery of our container project. This project is loosely being called Alma Verde, and that means green soul. And I don't know, we just feel it reflects a lot about just, the green represents, to me, just like in the colors of the Rastafari, the green represents all the living things on the planet, Pachamama. And so thinking about that in soul, just the collective soul. And that's us as humanity. That's what we cultivate and bring together. And so those are some loose ideas, but this is kind of cool. So we're basically doing the construction on the patas, or the bases, the bases for the container. So that's going to allow us to set it level, and then from there, we got many options of how we can configure it. So in the future, as this project continues to evolve, one of the most important things for me as a DIYer and somebody who just likes to keep track of the projects that I've done, and just to remember things that worked, things that didn't work, and to continue refining and learning along the way. I'll be doing more DIY videos just on particular elements of this project, but for now it's just kind of an overview. I see this as the proverbial planting of the seed, figuratively and literally as I get ready to leave Costa Rica to, you know, go back to the U.S. on a somewhat permanent basis, but, you know, leaving my heart here. So anyway, let's just check out what we got, because it cost us about $1,200 to get all this material. That includes the delivery, and the timing is crazy, because you just never know when stuff is going to come, and you got to be here. You can't just leave stuff out on site. Somebody could drive by and see stuff and pick it up. So that's why the benefit of having the container. Like, obviously, there's disadvantages and advantages to everything. This is actually a refrigerated container, so it only carried fruits and vegetables, and it actually maintains its temperature really well because it's already insulated. It has really nice acoustics, you know, and I plan on having a studio here at some point, so that's a really cool thing to have. But most importantly, it was just the speed at which I could get it here. I could literally have it dropped off once the site was graded, and it's a secure place to store my stuff. You know, obviously we're gonna have to put some fences up so people can't get in here and loot around, but we have a lock, and so let's go check out what order we have. The delivery from today. Gotta love these shadows. I am just like seriously just a get it done videographer, so please don't be critiquing me on my quality. 20 sacks of concrete. So this concrete is like a mix. You do like 3 parts concrete, 4 parts arena, 5 parts piedra, and you mix that in a wheelbarrow. Boom, you got some really duro concrete. However, the varillas, the rebar, is obviously the most important part of concrete construction. 6 meters long, bidon de agua, and yeah, so we got armadura. This is the wire that we use to actually make the concrete forms with the rebar. I'm now starting to bring all of my other tools. This is one of the investments today. So this was 15 mil, so this was, you know, almost 30 bucks for a lock, but really secure lock. The container can actually take 4, but we're gonna start with 1. Some oregano I got from a friend, so. Huele rico, it smells so good. This last week has just been a wild ride, beginning with my car breaking last week and not knowing what it was, and it being major work that is not gonna get completed until after I come back in June. And so it's just been a wild ride trying to manage the dogs, the transition out of my house, cleaning up, moving stuff, starting this project, completing another project, and then, you know, throwing in not having transportation, which is one of, if you've lived in Costa Rica, you know transportation is like the most critical part of your everyday life, being able to get around. I do have a bike, you know, but riding to work with tools is really challenging. And so either way, I'm gonna get through this week, and as you know, the harder and more challenging the obstacles that are laid before you, the bigger opportunity you have for personal growth on the other side. So it's just pushing through, finding people to support you, being vulnerable, taking chances, and being open-minded, you know, and I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned about my time here. Just so incredibly grateful. All the sacrifices everybody made for me to be here and give this a shot. My wife, my kids, everybody who believed in me, all the people who reached out in some way, shape, or form to support me through the channel or just by sending a text or a happy birthday message. Thank you. All my supporters out there in the internet that don't even know me but are following along on this crazy journey for some purpose or reason, you know, in hopes to expand your mind, encourage you to take a risk, step outside of your comfort zone, and whatever that may be. I'm like really excited about what the future holds. So I feel like I have a lot of wisdom to share, and that's one of the things as an adult black male, or just a male in general, like having positive male role models who actually can share their real life experiences, and, you know, in hopes of helping to guide or provide some insight, you know, into the world. It's inspiring. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep this YouTube channel cracking. Gonna keep sharing all the DIY projects. We keep showing you how to save money, live life to the fullest, keep that pedal to the metal, and also how to take care of yourself, you know. Like I always say, you have to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. Shower thoughts, man. Shower thoughts in the Caja. Yeah, Yeah, it's just with a full heart, you know. I just want to thank every one of you. You know, people ask me, what is free range squad? You know, and it started as a joke because you know, obviously when our kids were young, we only bought organic products, and you know, we bought into that you know, there were real organic products when the entire earth is being polluted. But as we think about that, and we think about chickens who, you know, as you wander the aisles of the grocery store and you see the words free range, you know, it makes you imagine those chickens living out their lives on some open pasture, roaming freely, pecking at worms and foraging for grubs, and that's very much how we saw ourselves, being able to get away and get lost out in nature. And I think that was one of the founding principles that guided my wife and I as we became parents, and just understanding how valuable those experiences are with our kids. And you know, I made a commitment to visit one national park every year as a family until the kids were adults. And that's a short amount of time, only 18 years, but you know, in that span of time, you know, the term free range squad has really evolved, and really the squad includes everybody who wants to be part of this adventure. You know, everybody who wants to break convention and try something new, or just transport yourself back to yesteryear, where you can escape on a camping trip to a local watering hole, or challenge yourself to climb a mountain, hike the PCT. Whatever your level is, if you want to be part of the squad, all you got to do is mount up. You're watching this video, you made it this far, you're already part of the squad. So I invite all of you to continue following this journey. You know, I'm going to continue going back. You know, that was the founding principle of this channel, was to document all of the past experiences of my family, you know, to serve as my family historian, turn our memories into movies through my love of storytelling and digital media. But at the same time, there's some important lessons to learn, and I think as parents, you know, we definitely have some areas of improvement, but I think we did an incredible job raising our kids, and you know, we haven't shielded them from the reality of the world, and we've given them opportunities to be themselves, and they've been able to face adversity, you know, them having to deal with their parents separating and going through that hardship has, you know, been enough to really provide them a sense of understanding of the world. But this makes me super sentimental. You know, I got a week left and a year and a half here with my family, just over half a year by myself, you know, vlogging, working abroad at an international school as an assistant principal, working in permaculture, building a trail, starting business here, and doing videography, and just networking and making a ton of connections. And most importantly, like I said, is just beginning to heal from the trauma. You know, the trauma of those expectations that I was trying to meet, which, you know, again, at the end of the day, weren't at all to make me happy, but it was to fit that mold. It was to fit the mold of what I believed would be successful. But I don't know. So thankful and grateful for the experiences. So thankful and grateful for all of you. Continue ranting, but it's time to close out this video. So this project is going to keep going. We're going to have some updates on this, and I plan on coming back in a couple months after this is wrapped up, so we can actually begin construction. So all the quotes we've got have been ridiculous, and have enough knowledge about building and construction. And in conjunction with my pops, this is going to make for a fun project.